Morning, students. This is our another revision for prose and supplementary summary because already we saw some writing works, some of the on marks and grammar part in previous link, yesterday link. But today we are going to study the prose and supplementary summary and letter writing, how to prepare a resume and errors part and identify the field. That is very simple. So first, the portion the Portrait of a Lady, written by Kushwant Singh. I'll just summarize what is it. Okay. As you know, the author's grandmother was a short and fat. This is a physical appearance of her, fat with a wrinkles face. As everybody became old with their wrinkled face, as it is, the poet's grandmother also. It's be fat with wrinkles. Every day she used to wake up the author to be ready to school. See, this story was since they was in a childhood. They were in the childhood. The author liked her very much. After shifting from village to city, they were not so close. Because she was not happy about his education in the city school. Since they were in the, you know, once the author, the poet, Kushwant Singh is studied in the the village school. They used to preach some moral educations, but after moved into city, she's not very happy. When the author decided to go abroad for further studies, she came to leave him at the railway station without showing any emotion. She's not like any other grandmother. She is very determined. When he returned after 5 years, she had no emotions. Okay. Already she became very old, and after 5 years it is a long time, right? So next, the day before her death, she stopped her prayers. Since before that, she was used to do prayer all the time. Their lip sync is moving all the time. But when the day of death, only she stopped her prayers. She sang and songs of celebrate the homecoming of her grandson. Next morning, she became ill. She died peacefully in bed while praying. Thousands of sparrows flew into mourn her death. See, grandparents are the great pillars of a family. I hope you too have a grandparents to become important part of our family. Next, the for unit 1 summary, after 20 years, it is a Henry. This is another important story, became of friends, right? And a nice story. I'll just summarize some. A policeman was making his regular checking in an avenue at 10 p.m. That was the duty of a policeman. Suddenly, a man standing in a doorway catches his attention. The man said that he has been waiting for a friend. Okay. Then they had made an appointment 20 years ago to meet at the spot. In any person is hearing that, it will be very laughing one. After 20 years, anybody can come and fulfill the appointment. But here the man comes, the man light a cigar and tells lawman about his friend Jimmy Wells. The man wanted to give his friend half an hour more to come. The policeman continued his patrol. It is his duty. Later, Bob was approached by another man who he believed as Jimmy. Actually, you very well know the story, right? He gave the man all the details about his success out west. Soon, Bob realized it was another officer. Then, officer arrested Bob for crimes committed in Chicago. Already, the man who is waiting, he committed crime in Chicago. The policeman who just came to arrest him. The officer who arrested Bob gave him note from Jimmy. The note says that two men did meet on time. Jimmy recognized Bob as someone wanted by the authorities, but Jimmy had no hire another policeman in plain clothes to arrest Bob, right? Because he did not have a heart to arrest Bob himself. So the first who came as a duty to, he has come to do his duty, the policeman, that was the real Jim, okay? Uh, Jim, but he never Bob never expected that Jim will become this kind of officer, and how to arrest him. The friendship is also important, but he is a little different to to respond to the duty, right? The policeman is a real Jimmy Well, but he had no hearts, but he had no what kind of feelings to arrest Bob, so that he hired another man like Jimmy Well, so arrest him. So this is what the story. Next, Queen of Boxing. Queen of Boxing is a real biography. I think you all know about the Mary Kom biography. Mary Kom is a boxer. She was selected for world women's boxing champion in USA, but she worried about much expensive. Her father gave only 2,000 for it. At least she need 10,000, right? With the help of her friends and two MPs, she left USA with 10,000. She was defeated in the final and got silver medal. She was given a warm welcome with dancing at the Delhi airport. It's every in every person, if they won any Olympic games or ancient games after silver, they usually, the people related her, the people is welcomed with a warm welcome at the airport itself. The silver medal and the prize money had helped her great relief from the financial problems. At the time of marriage, she had no savings, but Manipur, that is a native, Manipur government offered her a sub-inspector post. Even after her marriage, she retained the world title by winning gold in Russia. That was a great achievement. Her victory, her victory at the fourth world championship in New Delhi was one of the greatest achievement, because she won at the hometown. It is not important we went other countries. If you have failed, that is not problem. But once she became a new star, that he defeated the other in the hometown, that was a great, she considered that was a great achievement. But media has given the Queen of Boxing or Magnificent Mary, that is Queen Mary Kom is a Magnificent Mary, such a beautiful title and great inspiring story in this. And I wish everybody to read the textbook and write it with a introduction and conclusion with a synopsis box. And again, next one is some supplementary of A Shot in the Dark. Again, that was another a nice story. Yes, A Shot in the Dark was Hector Hughes Munro, Philip Slatherby, who just wanted to retire, became wanted to become a important political person. He just wanted to make a politician. He traveling by train to Bril Manor. Bril Manor is a place where he was asked to come to give a host for the another Salpanjago. Okay. Yes. His companion in the train was a young man. The young man introduced himself as a Bertie, the son of Salpanjago, because Philip Slatherby is going to meet Salpanjago to Bril Manor to give her a treat, because Mrs. Salpanjago is a most influential lady. Once Philip Slatherby get the appreciation or the support from that lady, his position in the just wanted to make a politician, that was very assured. The young man introduced himself as a Bertie. Bertie had left his purse behind after sealing an envelope with a crest on the purse. Bertie needed £3 and asked Slatherby to lend it to him. He explained that the Salvan crest was that of a demi-lion, that having all power. Slatherby pointed out to him that his mother's letters had a greyhound currant crest. Bertie stated that it was a jogger crest. He further added his mother's hair was a dark brown and similar to suspecting foul play. Slatherby did not give him any money, because Slatherby just then this saw Mrs. Salpanjago with a with a hair with a different hair, but that boy is telling that he used to have this kind of hair, so there is no comparison. I think he suspected that the boy is lying. So he was received by after they came to the station, he was received by Claude People Casey, who had kept on talking about the various things. All the time, Slatherby was gazing at the door panel of the car, on which there was two crests. That is, Slatherby realized that Bertie had not lied to him, but he had mistaken him for the fraud, because just a few weeks ago, she changed her hairstyle. So that was it's a major mistake for everyone to understand. We cannot judge people. We have to think twice before making a decisions. At least we have to um, uh, respect others what they are saying. We have to listen what they are saying. That is a more important, correct. Then the lesson, forgetting. Robert Wilson Lind, simply Robert Lind, for the very funny story, I think, and you will also like it. That is, modern man remembers telephone man's address, telephone numbers, address, dates. His memory is filled, man's memory is filled with actors, right? Then actors, actresses, cricketers, footballs, but we forgot things, because we wish to forget them. He just makes summarize that, how do we get this kind of absent-mindedness? Only we wish to forget. We hate what kind of things we hate that becomes forget from our mind. People forget their medicine because they are a strong dislike them because of the taste we used to dislike. What are all the things we dislike that we wish to forget them? Chemists, make a lot of money because the people forgot to take medicine. Most of the people forget the post letter, but the boy returning from the home games, every sports person, they are in the dream world, to take their things like a bat and balls when leaving in the train. The angler forgets to take fishing rod when they go home. So every person's, they have their own of absent mindedness to leave something, which is which is belongs to them. The poet forget. The poet means the Robert Lind. Okay, this person's uh, forget to post the letter because his mind is filled with more glorious matter. Many great writers, music composers, and poets have exceptional powers of memory, but statesmen have extraordinary bad memories. See, by the way, he used to tell the funny story how very worse to absent-mindedness. Once a father was going with his child and the perambulator, walked into a public house for a glass of beer. Leaving the perambulator outside, he went to saloon bar. A little later, his wife came that way for shopping. She was shocked to see her sleeping baby in the perambulator. She took away the perambulator. The boy, the husband came home smilingly, cheerfully, and lunchtime. He just completely forgotten about his child and the perambulator. Forgetfulness is a necessary evil. How can a man can become this kind of worse memory, worse memory? So this is what. But the thing is, any temptation in our mind, which one we like that we used to remember, the hate we did not have that memory. Okay, next, another important, the first patient, and absolutely it is a law is assured. Christopher Victor Burgess. A number of patients were waiting at the waiting room at the dentist clinic. Everybody was tensed at the thought of a painful tooth being extracted. One of women was busy with showing a photograph that is women 5 to everyone. After arrival of the dentist, Joe, the first patient, was called in. He just gone inside. Sometimes later, the nurse was came out, and went with a hammer. Everyone was frightened. Why do they use a hammer to pull out, teeth? Once again, the nurse came out to fetch a large pair of pliers, and later she took the hacksaw. That was unnecessary to use all those tools. The loud screeching from the room made everyone leave the clinic one by one. Finally, there were only two men who is waiting. One of them Joe's wife, another one is the woman 5 who is very interested in showing her photograph. But Joe came out and explained that he had shifted to appointment to the evening, so he had to be given the pills for the pain. Next one is how funny is the doctor made everyone frightened to go on one by one. After they leave, the dentist came out and located the key of his tool cabinet. Actually, he used all those tools to open his instrument box. He had been trying to open it using the hammer and pliers, saxa, only in vain. Finally, he find out the key, that was the telephone directory. The woman with the photograph is surprised to see that the queue had moved quickly and she was next patient to go in. What a funny character she is. Um, See, without knowing anything, we should not jump into conclusions, okay? So that because of fear, everybody is gone. This is what your summary, ma. Pros and and supplementary summary. Next, I'll make you to the letter writing and how to prepare a biodata. We have two different form. One is the normal letter writings about his apology, about his sports. It's a personal and formal and informal letters. Formal letters is official letters that we need to write some of the institution, office business letter like that. Informal letters is a friendly letter, family letter. We used to ask how the persons are, what you want to say from your relatives. It's a friendly letter. Finally, it was a two. One is a normal letter. If any details is given in the box, okay. A friendly letter you can write it how you writing. I'll just show the matters how they have been written, but the important matter is how, if any note is given, for example wanted advertisement is given, chartered account, with or without experience for an accounting firm at Nungambakam, they will use but here we have to mention from address to address, as usual salutation with the respected sir, subject application for the post of or applying for the post of chartered accountant. A reference, where did you see the advertisement? Your advertisement in Hindu dated, okay. First we have to refer where we saw and what are the if we want to summarize the qualities you have, the matters you have it in your mind, simply see, I'll show you something. With reference to your advertisement, I apply for the post of chartered account. That is the preparation of resume, that is the matter you're writing here. In your firm, I'm qualified for the post of for the post with a good academic records. I have 3 years of experience as a chartered account in a reputed company. I have enclosed my biodata. See, once you want to write all this summarizing, you have to summarizing your talent, your studies, your education. After then, you have to make a biodata. So here, biodata, that is name, father's name, date of birth, age, gender, religion, educational qualification. But educational qualification, you have to go through. You have to write it in the box. Ultam, and after 10th or 12th standard, UG, PG, or any other qualification you have. Okay, you just have to go in Ultam. Again, the work experience, where did you work? If you have what is your strength, what is your talent, everything. First, you have to summarizing where do you see the assignment. After then, prepare a biodata. I'll send you the model now. Okay, this is what this is how you have to write this. Okay, next one is spot the error. Spot the error. I'll tell you how to write. Spot the error and correct for correct them suitably. It was a whole grammar, not in particular the sentences which is it right, it's grammatically right or not. It can be comes in article, tenses, singular, plural, grammar, all the 12 tenses, active and passive voice, or a capital letter, from article to the whole type of sentence, so direct to indirect, which everything it's covered, okay. So this is very important. Spot the error notes, I'll give you how many you can prepare letter writing and error spotting notes, I'll give it to you. You just prepare for the revision notes. Before that, you have to write summary and prose summary and supplementary summary, which is I hope you study well. Write it with your just to make it synonyms, like synopsis, like introduction to conclusions, okay. Everybody make when you're writing a prose and prose summary and supplementary, whatever it is, prose poem summary, make synopsis box, introduction with a conclusion, and letter writing means how to prepare a biodata, for referring a job, that, and the error spot, I'll give you notes to prepare, okay. Study well and write well for your exam. Thank you, students.